Oh man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the social norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge. Hit the throttle on nice autos without college. Do yourself a solid, put them boys on your screen. Wait, who do you mean? I mean canteen and beans. When the social norm is on, you better pay attention. They teach you lessons, make you laugh when you're stressing. Must I mention that the style is infectious? I gotta have it, I gotta have it. The rapid fire gabbing on my tablet. My boys established a gamut of information, from relations to dating to when you lead it gets impatient. They're lacing the nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4:30. The Social Norm Podcast, you heard me?
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social norm.
And I'm just getting warm.
It's the social.
Yep. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This my man Bean.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
And of course, we got our special guest, K to the A to the R to the E to the N, my girl Karen.
Of course.
What's up, man? So today's episode is called Who Knew Kel Was a Simp? I'm pretty much, y'all can kind of tell what we're going to be talking about today. We got some other topics we're going to hit up. But before we do that, go hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss none of our videos. We do it every Monday and Friday around this time. All right, cool. So, Beans, Karen, I don't know if y'all saw the Club Shay Shay interview with Kel Mitchell, but Kel pretty much explained all the trauma and problems he was having in his life, of why he ended the Keenan and Kel show, why him and Keenan had a falling out, all these different things. And it stemmed from his toxic relationship with his now ex-wife, but at the time was his wife. It's pretty much crazy to hear when he talks about it, because he pretty much says that his baby mother and wife had cheated on him. He thought they were having a baby at first.
Mm-hmm.
Then she wanted to have an abortion. She got an abortion. Come to find out later that the baby wasn't even his. So that's probably why she wanted to get an abortion. They get married. No, my bad. Correction. They get pregnant again, then have their first child. They get married. She gets pregnant again by another guy. So it was countless guys that she had.
But the one baby was it?
I want to say was the child.
I believe they have 2 children together.
How many kids did she have elsewhere?
So she has, I believe, maybe she has 3 kids. I think she has 3 kids. No. So they have 2 kids. They have 2 kids. She's had 1 abortion, and she had a miscarriage.
Both somebody else's?
Yes.
Oh, but she doesn't have an existing kid with somebody else.
Not that I know of, no. Not that's alive.
I don't
What
know.
are you looking at me? Why?
In my,
Said it.
in my mind, those abortions count.
Oh, they definitely count.
That's one on the board.
And honestly, the miscarriage counts as well. The infidelity.
But see, this is the funny thing. He never knew she was pregnant. What happened was she was feeling sick and was in the hospital. So he's there in the hospital with her. The doctor comes in and is like, "I'm sorry you lost the baby." And he's like, "The baby?" Because at that time they had not been having sex.
Oh man!
So he's like, "I know it ain't mine. So how could now? You know what I mean?" And I don't know if she knew she was pregnant, didn't know she was pregnant, whatever it may be. So he caught her in a actual hotel with another guy.
Why? I don't
And
understand.
he stayed with her. He wanted to stay for the children. So my question to y'all is, what do you feel about somebody staying in a relationship that might be toxic for the kids? Have you seen that? Would you do that? What?
I've seen it. It is cringe. I'm only gonna warn my friend so many times, and then I'm gonna let you do what you do. I'm gonna tell you need to leave. This woman ain't no good for you. She constantly cheating on you.
My thing is this. You're either, I hate to say this, but it's either in you where you're a simp or it's not in you. Sometimes women, see, this is the thing, that women be wanting men who, pledge their undenying loyalty to them, right?
But men want that too.
Yeah, but this is the problem though. Men can have a woman who has undenying loyalty to him, right? And he'll still provide for her.
Doesn't matter.
The woman is naturally always the taker. She's the one who's always being provided for. So for a woman to get loyalty for a man that she clearly doesn't respect because she's out there being with other men, it's just a hard pill to swallow.
It's really not different.
Go ahead.
I can get somebody else to provide for me. I don't have to stick with the person.
But you
that's not
can't
loyal to
though.
me. But you can.
No,
I can
ho.
provide for
What I
myself.
mean is you can't get Kel Mitchell is a celebrity. Kel Mitchell made a lot of money. So when women say I can get another person to provide, no, you can get another person to provide, but you might not get the level of providing that this man
But
gives.
in that example, he was the faithful and loyal one, so he could find another woman to do better than what she.
Oh
did.
no, 100%.
What I'm saying is, I'm clearly like, let's say on the same playing field. If I could get a celebrity, I could get another celebrity. If I could get
No. Let's stop acting like everybody's Kim Kardashian.
No. I'm saying if you are at the status to where you can get a celebrity, you can get another one.
This girl didn't get him because he's a celebrity. She got with him when he was a teenager. I'm
about to say she
got lucky. She
She's a
won the
nobody.
lotto by
Right,
dating
but
a
what I'm
man
saying is,
who gets
She's
famous.
not the one complaining about him cheating and having kids outside of the marriage. So I'm saying is she should have done her job. She should have been faithful. She should have done.
But see, what it shows is it doesn't really matter what status a man is. If he doesn't have it internally, the mindset of I'm better than you, the woman will never No, what I mean is, yes, because if he would have, as soon as she did any bull crap, if he'd have said, hit the bricks, you're done, she'd have been sitting there begging him to come back.
It's not I'm better than you. It's I deserve more. There's a difference.
Well, that's your opinion.
It's not I'm better than you. There is no I'm better than you. It's I deserve more for myself. I deserve to be treated differently. And he didn't value himself enough. And he.
Let me ask you this: what do you think, Beans?
I mean,
based off of what you know and things you've seen, do you think men who do you believe what she said or do you believe what I just said?
No, you're saying I'm better than you, and you were saying what now?
That I deserve to be treated better.
You deserve to be treated how you allow someone to treat you.
And he should have valued himself.
So that means he's not better than her. He allowed her to treat him like he was nothing.
Status wise, he is better than her. Because
who is
she?
Well,
nobody.
what I'm
She's
saying
Kel
is,
Mitchell's wife.
You don't sit there and say I'm better than me, but I don't sit there and say I'm better than you, and you don't say that about me.
No. See, this is the thing.
I don't think
you're not hearing what I'm saying.
You don't literally tell.
I don't
person.
say
I
I'm better than you. I act like I'm better than you. That's how I'm saying him.
Right, but you don't sit there and be like, well, I'm better than you, I'm leaving. No, I deserve more. I deserve to be treated better quality. You're not treating me.
Yes.
I need to be treated.
But I'm trying to just talk about the attitude.
And the thing about his attitude is wrong. The minute he found out the first time,
you cut her at the
loose.
knees, and it's over.
He kept taking her back time and time again. Of course, she's going to keep going out there.
And that's the thing. I think women for sure don't. You can't do with. You cannot give women second chances because they don't look at it as you're doing them a favor or respecting it. They look at it as you're weak and you allow me to do this, disrespect you, and you came back
The same
again and
can be
again
said
and
for men.
again. No, what do you mean? What do you mean? Say again.
The same can be said for men, especially in respect to cheating. You know, if a guy cheats on you, every once in a while, it was truly a mistake and they will never do it again. 9 times out of 10, they do not learn and they're like, oh.
So this is the reason why I believe men learn way more than women when it comes to second chances. Because the one thing all men know, whether they want to admit it or not, is women are vengeful. They will make even if a woman forgives you, you will have to pay a price. When it comes to men, when men forgive women, women tend to jump right back to what they were doing, like nothing happened because you forgave me. They're not soaking in it. Men, women make men soak in the mistakes they do.
And they still do it. Okay, well,
Am I lying?
If you're gonna be worried about it,
I know,
anyway.
I know men who cheated once and
Never cheat again.
never cheated again. They are constantly paying for it
For life.
It has been
I
years.
can see that.
But when women cheat, if a man tries to bring it back up or punish her for it, she will instantly be like, "You need to let that go."
But why don't men do that then too? Why don't
Because
they say you
men
need
are-
to let it go?
Because most men
Why
who
does it matter?
I'm gonna be honest with you, because most men who give women second chances don't believe they're better than them. That's it.
And that's
'Cause a
that's
man
them
who-
problem.
Huh?
That's a them problem.
I didn't say it wasn't a them problem. It definitely is a them problem. Because like I said, it's either you either have it or you don't.
So we don't need to feel sorry for these men that will take this treatment.
Well, no, I feel sorry for them because they don't understand what they do. They're that way because they probably grew up with their mother dominating them.
I'm gonna say this because I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a
Go
second.
ahead.
I know I just said he needed to cut her off as soon as he did it. Leaving somebody after a long time is not as easy as it looks.
No, it isn't.
like,
And if you
And
have
the-
children,
and you
that's
have
even
children.
more.
When I got divorced, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was the hardest thing I ever done.
Mhm.
I know this because I could tell you were on the fence for
I was.
over almost a year.
I was on the fence for a long time.
Because he didn't want to give up all this time and energy that he's put in.
You firmly believe that person may change or something may,
But the reality is the people won't change until you change.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to come to terms with like, dude, this is not going to change.
Or
It's not gonna
sometimes
happen.
you did change and they didn't. So because they are stagnant in the same place that they were, now it just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
'Cause
Kel,
we know somebody now who she literally hates her boyfriend, and we're just like, why don't you just leave?
well, because you know why? I think some people truly like to be victims. They
Maybe.
like to have a problem with something. They gotta be complaining about something.
Sometimes I feel like people think, oh, well, ain't nobody else gonna like this.
It could be a lot.
That
That could be
honestly, and I'll probably say this more times than not, especially for some women. I think they realize and it's no different than like people who are like 600-pound lives, right? The person who's dating, for you to date a person who's 600 pounds, I don't care what nobody says, you don't really have high expectations for yourself.
Well, and my
or you have
issue
some type
with
of
people-
fetish.
Or
Yeah.
well, no, but this is my thing. Though. Okay, it might be a fetish, but why is that? Where did you get that fetish from? Had to be from a parent or somebody. Maybe your
I think
mama
you
was
can date all
beating.
day.
That's true.
My thing is my issue with people is why is it better to be unhappy in a relationship than happy single? I don't think that that's the case. If someone don't make me happy, if I'm happy, I love me.
I think the
I'm
people.
grateful.
I think the thing is, people who are like that don't ever truly believe you are truly happy alone.
Agreed.
Or I've noticed, well, the people I know, they stayed in it for some type of like,
Benefit.
It's not even benefit. It's
Companionship.
I know a lot of people in like church and stuff don't believe in divorce.
Mhm.
Yep.
And there's some weird sense of like, so
My
you're gonna sit with this person. I know this person. I know this preacher who like I never see him out with his wife.
I'm sorry about that.
Never.
So
Like,
you don't
I've-
like each other, but it's a problem.
Oh, you mean like they're the first? She's the first lady, but
Yeah, but I've never seen them out eating together, out doing
but
anything.
you think about it, if they're working at the church, they're always together anyway.
Maybe.
It's kind of like, okay, like me and her,
Enjoy
we go to the
spending time
gym, like, right? We're at the gym all the time. Now I don't know why. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm seeing where you're going with this.
Sometimes it can feel like you're always together. But some people,
get that.
other
Still
people
enjoy
don't.
spending time together, right?
Huh?
Well,
You should still enjoy spending the time together.
You are enjoying it, but sometimes you just need like a
Maybe
break.
alone time,
You
but
do.
Going out to eat, that I wouldn't pick that as being the specific time. Like I gotta be alone to go out. To eat.
that's
Listen,
my thing is this.
I have to.
My whole point was this. You can't tell me about date night. Oh, you need to take your wife on a date night. And I never see you on a date night with yours.
True. You have to follow your own.
And I had to because this dude
phone on silent.
he counsels people.
What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
What?
What's going on?
Oh, it's you sending me all these things.
I'm not even touching my phone. That must have been from all day.
Oh, it must have been.
Oh,
all
it's
day
probably
finally.
uploading. Yeah.
Yeah, it's uploading everything, and it's just saying, Karen. And then but did you see her? She was like, "Who's texting you?" You dumb. But
Anyway,
go ahead.
Anyway, this man was counseling people, and I kind of had to call him. I was like, "Yo, you telling me to take my lady on a date night? I ain't never seen you on a date night." So,
Yeah.
Enough people don't do that because they feel like once they're married, it's done. I got it.
there's always one side that's just like, "All right, I'm finished."
If that's not right,
You know,
have
I'm-
to continue to date your significant other until
You
you're
know,
90.
Can I say what it is? I think what it is this: when you're dating, you still have something of yourself, right? And the other person has something themselves, and y'all come together to see, get some sparks. When you get married, everything is like
Why
there's
can't
not
you still have yourself though.
because
You should.
You know why you can't? Because you should, but you know why you can't is because some people feel like when they're married, everything is ours together. Everything, even your thoughts are ours, and I'm just like,
No,
I can just see somebody being like, "Yo,
but that's not a good marriage.
I need," because I can already say for me, I'm a loner at heart. I hang out with people, but I don't like to hang out all the time with people.
Mhm.
Never have, and
But that's in your brain because that's not really how marriage should be. You should have your own hobbies. You should have your own friends. You can have your own time.
yeah, but
Do stuff together, yeah. And like I'm the type of person like I would rather do stuff with you than other people. But that doesn't mean I have to. It doesn't mean like, oh my God, I'm going to the gym. I have to go with you. And you're going to the gym. How dare you? Without me?
listen.
That's not no.
Now that sounds good.
It's the
When we go to the gym, there's times where I'll say, I'm gonna go to the gym. You can't wait for me? And I'll be like,
No, it's because we discussed going together. And then I say, oh, I have to work at such and such. I'll be done by 1.
we discussed or you just said it?
No, we have. It's been where we've discussed it. Like, okay, we'll go to the gym tomorrow. We're doing leg day. And then I'm like, okay, well, I have a job to do. I'll be done by 1. You're like, well, I decided I want to go at 12. And I'm like, you can't wait an hour. We already said that's what it is. So don't act like that. Quit your side eyes.
Like I said,
If he had pre-planned
We
it,
do. And he's trying to say like every day is different. No, well, there'll be days like, okay, tomorrow's leg day, we're gonna kill it. I got this new exercise, and then it's like, I decided I'm going at noon today.
all right. Next,
You
And guess what? Then I let you
next
go.
subject. Because she'll just rant on and on.
I'm
about
gonna,
stuff.
this is the last thing I'm gonna say. You definitely shouldn't lose yourself in marriage. You have to.
Absolutely.
You have to.
You can't. You have to have your own time.
So,
So, what do you think? 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 What
you came across this article about I think it's former Kansas City Chiefs kicker. Uh,
It's former.
I don't know if he's still the Kansas City. He's the kicker. Nobody cares about kickers anyway. But he did a commencement speech at a Christian college, and some of the things he said about what makes a woman truly happy um, got some backlash. Let's watch it.
Of course, usually an opportunity for community leaders to, I mean, some of them, let's be honest, some people have lots of cliches, but they're usually very heartwarming, you know, shooting for the stars, never give up. But then there was this one. Harrison Butker, the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, took a different route. The three-time Super Bowl champ is facing backlash for a speech that he gave at Benedictine College over the weekend. Watch some of this.
I think it is you, the women, who have had the most diabolical lies told to you. How many of you are sitting here now, about to cross this stage, and are thinking about all the promotions and titles you are going to get in your career? Some of you may go on to lead successful careers in the world, but I would venture to guess that the majority of you are most excited about your marriage and the children you will bring into this world. I'm on this stage today and able to be the man I am because I have a wife who leans into her vocation and embrace one of the most important titles of all, homemaker. Part of what plagues our society is this lie that has been told to you that men are not necessary in the home or in our communities. As men, we set the tone of the culture. Be unapologetic in your masculinity, fighting against the cultural emasculation of men.
Okay.
So the NFL put out a statement. They said this quote: Harrison Butker gave his speech.
Hold up. I want to go back. I want y'all to see this woman's face right now. Do you see how she's looking? She's got a problem with what he says. That's no offense, but that's the same face you give me when you think I'm about to say something that you don't like. Oh, and perfect timing, y'all. You know who's answering, who's calling. Hello.
What up, man?
Hey, Dad.
How you doing?
I'm doing. Hey, Dad. What day is it?
Saturday. Friday. Oh yeah, I forgot. All right. I need to go in here.
I'll call you back.
Later.
Say hi to all the viewers. Nope, he hung up. Sorry about that, y'all. Never fails. Saturday. I mean, I'm sorry.
You don't know what day it is.
Let's go back to the video.
You probably yell at your mom. Why did you tell me today was Friday?
Yeah. No, my mom wouldn't. He wouldn't do that. I was playing. All right.
Statement. They said this quote: Harrison Butker gave his speech in his personal capacity. His views are not that of the NFL as an organization. The NFL is steadfast in our commitment to inclusion, which only makes our league stronger.
Okay. Now this is what I'm gonna break down this quote from the NFL. They're trying to get so away from his statements because he didn't actually say anything that was wrong. No. It's just the fact that his stance goes against feminism.
Well, they have to be in the middle.
But see, no, they're not in the middle.
They're saying, look, that's him saying this.
That's his statements.
We want inclusion. We want both.
But he never said he didn't want inclusion. All he said was,
it's the way people are translating that, in my opinion.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
That's how they're taking it.
He is a he-man, woman hater.
Women belong.
Let's really break it down, though. He made a speech at a Catholic college. What do you expect? Do you expect him to be pro-abortion, single woman household? No, we wouldn't.
Well, I don't think. I mean, no offense, but
I
don't know. Abortion would be the right thing to talk about at a commencement speech.
In his speech. He talked about abortion too. I'm just saying.
So now, this is my question to you: do you think it's right to speak on your ideologies of things and how society is based at a commencement speech when you're talking to graduates that are about to go into the workforce? That's not. I don't know if
in all of their beliefs.
I'm about to say. I think what I was just about to say. I think what he did was he thought, okay, we have the same ideology, so I can say this.
Right.
Okay, and that could be true. If it's you said it's a Catholic church,
Catholic college.
So okay, so if you're talking about religion, it's a religious-based college. Then yes, you can talk about some ideologies that would be considered about morality and things like that. So maybe abortion, life, things like that could be talked about.
And a lot of people take that speech and say, "Oh, you hate women. You think that women need to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, and no, not."
Well,
working
hold that
and-
barefoot and pregnant thing. Let me finish this video and then we can. I want to say.
I realize I'm the only woman at this table. For the record, I don't think any of you are unnecessary.
So you don't think we set the tone for culture either?
Don't ask my wife that
A
question.
lot of dudes.
Okay.
The thing that's so stunning to me about this is it just feels like such a huge step backwards in our culture. And I interviewed John Bolton one time, and he said something that really struck me, which is he said, "Mark, there is no arc to history. Progress is not guaranteed." And that's what strikes me. But I keep thinking we're so past this, and yet here we are again, like back in the 50s.
Here's one. There are people who hold those views in America, and no comment. Here's a line that also struck me along all of this: abortion, IVF, surrogacy, euthanasia, as well as growing support for degenerative cultural values. And there are people, linking IVF to euthanasia.
What is IVF?
It's like I forget what it stands for, but basically, like if you're having trouble having kid, you have shots and you kind of medically help yourself.
You gotta get in vitro and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
that okay.
On par. And two, there are people in that audience, I am certain, even at Benedictine University, who've had abortions, who have
Okay, so because somebody had an abortion, you can't speak on an abortion that it's.
We're going far.
IVF or whatever else.
I mean, I
The
understand this is
idea
CNN, so I
that
get what I
he's
get.
wagging a finger at them is equally troubling. It's
Yeah, look, I mean, it's kind of a smorgasbord thing, right? I mean, he also said that there's some bill in Congress that would ban biblical explanation about who killed Jesus. I mean, there's
All right, now we can get back to it. I just wanted to hear what they had to say for a second.
And I just want to say again, they're failing to realize the only reason why this is even publicized is because he is on an NFL team. But I just want everybody to realize he is speaking at a Catholic. That's what they believe. And in my opinion, some of the beliefs with birth control are kind of far right, even for me. They just believe for the most part and have as many kids as God will bless you with. And nowadays, that's not what people can afford. But he's being very specific.
I will say this. I would have liked them to actually interview some of the graduates who listened to his speech. Granted, let me say this for the show, everybody watching it, the speech is about 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
So they did a little snippets that they had problems with, or people, just I don't really see a problem with what he said.
Well, the reason why I came across it is because someone posted it and said he hates women and he thinks that their only purpose is to have children, cook, and clean. And that isn't even the summary of it.
I didn't get that from.
No, I got him honoring his wife. He's like,
Yeah.
without my wife,
Well,
I wouldn't be able to
he
do
said
things.
in some part, I don't remember if I read it or if it was in this video here that you showed, but he said basically woman's vocation is to have kids and their lives start again when they have kids in a family.
Be a
Doesn't mean
homemaker.
That's the only thing that they're good for.
I
And that's
think.
what people are translating out of this.
Yeah.
He's saying if you can make your family your priority like we were intended to be, like the universe or God or whatever you believe in intended your family. And naturally, that's my opinion. I'm a little bit old fashioned in the 1950s, I guess you could say, like he said. But a man's purpose is to provide and protect your family. How come men are offended, but women are offended when you say, no, your purpose isn't to provide. Your purpose is to nurture and take care of and make sure that everybody is taken care of emotionally and mentally. And it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, it is a wild situation.
You'll
This
be
is
all
where
right.
we. That's the where we.
Right.
Now, my whole thing is this. Remember, I said this. Now, he won't be the kicker in 2 years,
Oh no.
and not because he's not talented enough. It's just
how the world is.
This is a business, and if you got to realize something, when you're somebody else's employee, you got to watch what you say, because if you don't agree, if your boss does not agree with what you're saying and is willing to fight off the wolves, which meaning sponsorships and all that, willing to lose money, because see, these billionaire bosses who own these teams, just like Colin Kaepernick, you ain't no different, my man. When it come down to it, it's about the bottom line. If you cost them money, you're out of here.
He's gone.
So
Guaranteed, he probably packing up right now.
You see he's backing up right now?
Right now. Give us the jersey back.
But can they terminate a contract? I don't really know a lot about sports.
They can't terminate a contract based off of your own. He never said anything that was detrimental to, like, he never said nothing technically disrespectful. You might not like what he said.
And that's the thing, is he ruffled some feathers, but in my opinion, nothing he said was actually wrong. He didn't say that that's all women are good for. He said, if you can, don't focus on your career. Granted, nobody can nowadays. You can't really survive unless someone's making a lot of money. You can't survive on a one-income household. If you could, guarantee you, more often than not, a woman would gladly decide to take care of her children instead of sending them to daycare. She would rather make sure that her husband comes home to cook meal instead of everybody eating McDonald's every night. Come on, she wants to live in a clean house. Let's really not get that twisted.
All right, we're on to the next subject. All right, ready? Let's watch this video real quick. It says, man asks, is he wrong for ending a 5-year relationship after his girl got a tattoo in honor of her deceased baby father?
It's wrong as shit. Okay, right here, a man asks, is he wrong for ending a 5-year relationship after his girl got a tattoo in honor of her deceased baby father? Now, if the tables were turned and somebody I was dealing with had kids and they baby mama passed away and they want to get that name tatted on them, oh, I am the fuck gone. You hear me? I believe that person was sleeping around with that person any way behind my back. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I could never mess with a man who got... See, this is why I'm one of those reasons why I couldn't, like, deal with a man that got kids. And then they do some stupid shit like that, and then they want to think they're going to give mothers gifts and fathers gifts. No, you could get something, but it ain't come from you. It's supposed to come for your children. Like, you provide your children these things and, hey, don't pick out something. But you personally giving a gift, even on Mother's Day and Father's Day, it's unacceptable. I don't care how y'all feel about it, but that's why people don't date people with kids. Because of stupid shit like this. A man asks his seat wrong for ending a 5-year relationship after his girl got a tattoo in honor of her deceased baby father. Y'all baby mamas, are y'all cool with doing stuff like this and think it's cool? Because ain't no baby father type dude doing this. Not if he was with me, but since I don't have that problem, because I don't date no man with no kids. I don't trust that. I feel like that. I just by seeing everybody else's experience make me really don't mess with them. So I'm out there with it. I could never. You know what I mean?
All right, we pretty much got what she would never. All right, yeah, they tend to do that. People who are excited.
Good save.
So I'm gonna say this. This just shows how some people truly just aren't equipped mentally to deal with certain things. Everything is they're always low hanging fruit. They're just low vibrational in the sense that everything's gonna be a problem for them. They're very insecure because the lady's dead. She's not just a lady. She was the mother of his children. So at some point she meant something to him. I'm hoping, right? So if she can't step away from her own feelings and see that this woman who was his child's mother meant something to him at some capacity, and in her honor of her life, he put his name on her. or you put her name on him, right? Showing respect to her. I don't see a problem with that because she's gone. Now, if he went and got, his baby mom's name and she alive, 100% I can understand why you acting up. But to end a relationship, even and I'm gonna flip the script, even if it was the woman, he ended the relationship because his woman got her baby father's name, right?
You'd be okay with it.
I would have to accept it if I wanted to be in a relationship with this woman. It depends on how she treats me. Is she treating me? If she's treating me like how Kale's wife was treating him, hell no, I'm out. But if she's treating me good, and this is just showing respect to her. Well, no, I wouldn't. Well, yeah, if she cheated on him with.
But what if you found out after he was passed after the tattoo?
Oh yeah, I would leave.
Well, my whole thing
she a
is,
cheater.
My whole
she
thing
cheated
is,
on me though.
My whole thing is this: when you got his name on you, where my name at?
See, and that's where you at, Beans. Beans always, I need to be, and then whatever size his name is, his ego is, mine need to be bigger than his. Listen,
and that's the thing. If I talk to my lady, she no, I'm not putting your name on my body. And then this dude dies, and that's the first thing you do.
My thing is
now
this.
I got a problem.
Okay, but this is my thing. Have you had children with her? Because if you're her baby father and y'all together, I can understand you have an issue. But if you never had kids with this woman and you're just dating her, you're not in the same field.
So that's where I disagree with her at. The fact that they had kids together and or married. Those two things, like that's a memory in your life. That's that. And it depends on the tattoo. It ain't no I love you, Maria. No.
No, I mean it could be like, if it was like Maria or no, say Marcus, rest in peace.
And know what I would
and then
do?
His date, from when he was born to dead, I don't have a problem with it. What kind of sick? Hold on, pause. What kind of sick thing are you thinking right now?
It's now that I'm thinking about it, it does all right. So I'm
no, say what you was about to say.
when you said Marcus, rest in peace, Marcus.
1985 to
I would have been like, I would have put a tattoo on my arm. Yeah, Marcus, rest in peace. I win.
So you about to get this man's name on your body?
That's why I said no. That's why I said no.
That's some petty, weird.
I don't care.
You lose though, because not both of y'all got Marcus' name on your body.
So yeah, I mean, I can see it. It really depends on if he just ended things solely on the fact that she got the tattoo.
That's exactly what he did sound like.
About her enough to stay.
They had to have. Well,
it's deeper than that.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably taking care of her kids too and everything.
That's another reason. Now this is the whole thing.
But the tattoo doesn't mean feelings. That's what the.
Yeah, but there's a difference between my baby mother dying and I'm taking care. But I mean, I guess either way, you're gonna have to take care of the kids, right? If the kids are in their possession, listening with grandparents.
It's not like you just up and left the kids and then she died, and now all of a sudden you have. I mean, I guess some people
go to your grandma's. Not playing.
But I
ask your mother why you gotta go to grandma's.
Like there should be strict lines. Like if I'm dating somebody and they got kids and their baby mom is giving them gifts and stuff, no. But if it's from the kids, absolutely.
So wait a minute. So you think is it wrong to give your baby mother or father a gift for Mother's Day or Father's Day?
If they're in a relationship, I feel like that's disrespectful. Do it from the kids. Here, this is from Junior. Here, this is from Susie.
Well, what's wrong with saying this is from Junior? This is from the kids and me. We want to appreciate you being a good mother.
Maybe that's okay too. But it's like okay, like and especially if it's like a sexy gift or something, or like here's chocolate.
Why the hell would the kids get? That's not a sexy gift. Chocolate. Well, wait a minute. My bad. If you're talking for my, that would be sexy. But to most people, you like stuff like that, don't you?
Chocolates and flowers? Not really.
Okay, well, regardless.
I'm saying those are romantic gifts. Jewelry, romantic, lingerie, all that you're getting into cheating territory.
I don't think this is the thing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Flowers, candy, jewelry, all. Well, go ahead.
But not roses. Depends on the flowers.
You done? Okay. Flowers, chocolates, roses, jewelry, all those things. Those gifts are more for Valentine's and uh, anniversaries. Mother's Day gifts and Father's Day gifts are more showing, like, you come up with little trinkets and different things that's supposed to be fun and from the kids. But not only that, like, okay, example, like I got my mom some Crocs and some stickers for her Crocs, right? I got her a little diary. I got her things like that. You don't get. What I'm saying is, I don't personally. Me and her have had this argument before. I don't believe the husband, or not even the baby father or whatever, the opposite person, the other parent, should give gifts to that other person for Mother's or Father's Day. I think it should come from the kids.
If they're married,
solely
for appreciation.
solely from kids.
I'm saying this: when they're children, when they're little babies, then the other parent does it because the kids can't do it. But at some point, when they get old enough, the kids give you the gift. The most another person does, they take you out to dinner. I'll pay for dinner.
Well,
I ain't getting you no jewelry.
I don't even think that Mother's Day and Father's Day really needs a huge gift. It's more so the day, celebrating it, how you want to celebrate it. If you want to go to a water park, if you want to relax all day, if you want to go to dinner with everybody, that, in my opinion, is Mother's Day and Father's Day. But if you're separated, get a little gift from the kids. If you're married, I'm not saying go out and buy me a Porsche, but a gift from you and the kids as an appreciation of me being the mother of your children, absolutely.
Beans.
That's an interesting thing. I've always seen my father gives my mother something on Mother's Day. So,
my dad.
I mean, it never was a really big deal to me. I just kind of okay.
I mean,
I never got my mom anything big either, though.
I remember listening to this sermon from this guy. Pastor was speaking. He said, "Let me explain something to you." He said, "This is how it works when you're married." He said, "For a man, you always make sure your wife and your kids are dressed appropriately before you." Because he said, this is why. He said, you can go to church and your wife have the best hat, church hat, the best dress, the best shoes, the best jewelry. She looks amazing. And all your kids could look high and tight, nice suit, nice dress, all that. And they look great. And you could be wearing rags. You will always be praised by everybody else because of how you have your family looking. But if you dress to the nine, you got the nice suit, the nice shoes, the nice glasses, jewelry, all that, and your wife is wearing rags and your kids are wearing rags, you will always be looked at as less than a man.
You know why?
Because everybody identifies a real man by how he treats his loved ones.
Right. And so if you put others first and you just look like a hardworking man, you're respected. But if you look like you think you are better than someone,
no, you don't gotta look like you better. You are better.
Dressed, and I think I'm better than my family. You look like a piece of.
I'm always gonna
look good.
I'm always gonna depending.
Are you gonna be outdressed her? That's a problem.
I don't think so. As long as you guys are both dressed good.
I think it's a problem if you outdress your woman. If you make yourself look better than she does.
On regular occasion, I would say she's always out.
And I'm saying this, even if she didn't know how to dress, it's your responsibility to make her look better than you look. Because she's a representation of you. So it don't really matter how you look. It matters how they look.
I would agree.
That's just really what it is.
I get that. But some women don't like their men looking certain ways.
I ain't saying you know. What I'm saying is this: if he could have his woman with jewelry looking, I mean, shining. He come in there with a work boots on and a work shirt and what? Guess what? Ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Well,
but if she come in there looking like who did it and why, they're gonna look at you like you need to step your game up, brother.
I told her to wear something else. That's her fault.
I think that story was an extreme, but it's right, and it's like it's not like, oh, you're gonna be wearing holes and all that, because I always make sure I'm always telling you if you got a stain or hole on you, because I want to make sure that you look good. But that ties into what you and I were talking to yesterday. If you put each other first, excuse
me.
If I put you first and make sure you're dressed nice, you're already gonna put me first. Make sure I dress nice. Make sure I got everything good. This is how it should go.
All right, let's get into another video from Fresh and Fit. I think you sent this one, didn't you?
I did send this one.
All right, you want to give a backstory before we do it?
Not Myron, but the other one.
Fresh
is the one. He got some woman pregnant, and it's been nothing but backlash because they agreed not to have the baby. She decided to have a baby anyway.
So she did have the baby?
She told him she was pregnant and keeping the baby.
Parental rights?
No,
he just said he didn't want the baby.
I have to say after.
Like when this whole shit happened with Fresh, right? Lied, bro. She went ahead. She aborted the baby weeks before, but she went ahead and did a whole press run. She goes on.
She killed the baby.
Dude,
She killed the baby. She doesn't have the baby.
No baby.
Even when she went on the video saying all this,
she went ahead. She went on H3. She collabed with all these guys, right? She did all this. She did a whole press run. Baby was dead, bro, the whole time.
No baby.
No baby.
She used it.
There's no way
to do a press run. I
that's
swear
true.
to God, dude, we got the proof. I exposed it. She went and got an abortion on April 15th.
And there's receipts of this.
See, what she did was she went ahead and she put like her actual she put the day that she went to go see the doctor to verify she was pregnant, but she went to Planned Parenthood. So she had started the abortion process like then and there and got the medication. And then by the 15th, it was gone. But she had started taking the medication, saw the doctor on the 5th. And then what I did was use my investigative skills, right? I had her date of birth, and then the guy comes forward and gives me footage of her being an escort before. And gives me documents showing that she got fired from a job.
Well, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that.
But that's how I was able to link it back to her. Is my point.
So, but you're telling me when she was saying all this stuff about Fresh,
she used the baby for clout.
That is insane.
Very demonic, huh?
Yeah.
He received so much backlash.
He did.
I thought you were saying
not him. Fresh didn't want the baby.
He didn't want the baby.
They agreed when they first started dating. They had this conversation. He said, "I don't want kids. Are you good with that?" She said, "Yes. I'm fine with it. I'm good." Now his fault is he believed her. He didn't take precautions.
Never believe her.
He didn't take precautions. She ends up getting pregnant.
So it's true.
She tells him, he's like, "Look, we agreed we didn't want kids. You should, abort the baby." She's like, "No, I'm keeping the baby. It's mine. You're gonna take care of it." But but by the time she told him, the baby had already been aborted. So she basically,
she was acting like she was pregnant, but she never was. To use that to build a platform for herself.
She just got an abortion.
No, but she knew she had already got the abortion, and she was acting like she was still pregnant.
Yeah.
To see how he would react or whatever case may be.
Snake.
My thing is this. It's the real truth. If you can't see yourself truly ever having kids with a woman or a man, why are you having sex with them? I mean, I'm including myself. We've all had times where we mess with somebody that we were like, hell to the no, we would have kids. But why? At some point, you got to be an adult and say, like, I'm not going to deal with anybody that I couldn't. If something were to happen, I trust that they're going to do the right things that we agreed on. The problem is so many women, they change their minds. They could say they never wanted something until they want it. And then nothing can tell them otherwise. Clearly, she just wanted clout.
That's all she wanted. That's basically all she wanted.
See, and I thought you were saying that he didn't want the baby and she had the baby anyways, or he didn't want the abortion. But I've seen in situations where women have signed over their parental rights as soon as they gave birth. You don't have to have an abortion. But in this case, they both really did want it, the abortion.
Yes, but she
Yes.
didn't want to act like she wanted the abortion,
She's
which is like even more
he left her
messed up
Yeah, he's
because she's playing games now. She's trying to mentally, not only just mentally, because she did this publicly, right? Publicly shame this man to make him look like she never. No, because this is the thing. What I can already see where her head was spinning. I'm gonna act like I want the baby, even though I got rid of the baby. And then he's gonna push back because he's like, yo, we both said we weren't gonna have kids. I'm gonna use this as a victim thing. Like, I wanted kids, he said he didn't. He's now not taking responsibility. And then what she's gonna do is in a couple months, maybe 4, 5, 6 months, whatever the case may be, of using that clout to get famous, she's gonna say, because of the stress that he's giving me, I actually miscarried. That's what her plan was probably gonna be. I've seen it before.
She's a horrible human being for that.
She's an escort. Of course.
Well,
They're all dead inside.
yeah.
That's what it is.
But, I know that was the intention, and I know that people will look at that, but we really need to like normalize that. If someone had said that they didn't want a baby, I'm not a piece of shit for saying I still don't want this baby. Sign over your parental rights.
No. See, but this is the problem, though. This is the problem with signing off your parental rights. In America, you still have to pay child support.
I didn't. Are you sure?
100%.
I'm like 99.9%
You
sure
could
you
still
do.
you could have no rights, and they can still go and get child support from you.
In certain states, men have found out the baby's not even theirs. They still had to take care of that child.
Just because they signed on the birth
certificate, yeah.
Even if it wasn't on the birth certificate, you taking responsibility for so many years. The government wants their money.
They don't care who they get it from.
Or sign a birth certificate because that's you acknowledging, yeah, I'm going to take responsibility.
And the problem,
it's just like if you, what is it, sponsor somebody for coming over here. If you sign it, you still got to.
this is why a lot of people nowadays are not getting married by law. They're getting married by domestic partnership and by just the church, not going to the state or government, because at least in New York, from what I'm hearing, men are getting screwed really bad.
Raked over the coals.
If you get a divorce.
I'm one of the rare
60% of marriages end in divorce.
That's not because of the constitute of marriage. It's because people want to get married to get married. People don't look and really consider their
60% of marriages that have been married through the state and government system get divorced. Oh, regardless of all that, they maybe don't know. Maybe it's because society has failed them and they don't know how to teach. So regardless of the fact, we're all part of this same society. So you need to know these things when you get involved in this, because you
have to be on the same level as somebody else, politically, religiously, morals, ethics.
But see, you're not
have to know how to communicate with each other.
But see, the thing is, I personally think you have to be on the same playing field. It's not the same playing field when you go into marriage. So that's why it is what it is. It leans towards the woman's favor. That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason it leans
that's what prenups are, in my opinion.
the reason it leans towards women's favor in court systems is why we have a higher amount of divorce. I would truly believe if it leaned towards the man's favor, divorce wouldn't happen. It'd probably be like 5%. What do you say again?
So why can't it be 50-50?
What do you mean?
Like, why does it have to lean one way or the other?
That's a good question. You want me to tell you why I believe that is?
Because women are whiny.
Nope. Ain't got nothing to do with women being whiny. The government understands human nature, the nature of man and the nature of women. And they understand that a woman by herself is more easily manipulated because of how she deals with her emotions than a man by himself or a man and woman together. So they push on and lean on the weaker sex mentally and use them for the impulses that they
So I could see that. But
oh, here we go. I knew the butt was coming.
I also believe that a lot of things in the government are outdated, and that
Very.
probably being one of them. So back
What being one of them? What do you mean?
the
What?
way that divorce leans back in the day, people didn't get divorced as much, but men were also either the sole provider or the main provider of the home. So it didn't lean towards women. They would be SOL, up the creek without a paddle. I've never worked in my life. I've only supported my home. Now I'm getting divorced and I get nothing. They would never leave if they felt like they were. And that
You mean they would never leave if they felt they had to take care of themselves?
No. No,
You're right.
They were left with nothing because they chose to take care of their children and their house for their entire 30 years of marriage. And so if I was doing that, I sacrificed myself and my future and my career. So I now have to start at what? I'm not downplaying it, but McDonald's. Now do I have to have a job at minimum wage? Because I've never had an experience in the workforce and I've only taken care of my home.
But that was a choice.
Correct.
You made.
Correct. But now, if I am being treated unfairly or if my relationship is toxic and I want an out, now I don't have the choice because what am I going to get out of it? So I feel stuck and I feel almost financially abused because now I have to depend on you.
So let me get this right. You feel financially abused because you've had somebody provide for you your whole life in the 30 years you've been in, where you didn't have to go to work. You just had to take care of a household that you live. I'm finishing my statement, please. That you have, all you had to take care of was the children that you bared. You had to take care of the home that you lived in and that you had to take care of. But now all of a sudden you want to leave this person because for whatever reason, whether they're abusive, whether they're y'all just ain't getting along, whatever the case may be, in your purpose, you feel like your life is better without him than with him. And you feel because you put yourself in those positions, someone should have to take care of you. Is that what you're telling me?
No, why are you downplaying being a mother? And
I didn't downplay anything. I said exactly what it was.
Was take care of the children that you bared. First of all, the husband and wife creates them together.
I understand that. I just said you taking care of
an independent. I didn't choose that alone. So let's play that out. If you and I were married, I didn't make that decision on my own to stay at home because sometimes, especially nowadays, a household does need two incomes.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So then answer me this. If we decided this on together, if we decided that I would provide for you,
it's still a sacrifice.
On whose end?
Because there's a roof over my head and my kids are taken care of. That's great. But
No.
On my own work.
I didn't say you weren't putting in work. I said
if we were to get divorced and I was the mother of your children, your wife, and I had no job ever, I have sacrificed my future career.
That's your choice, though.
But that's
our choice.
No, it isn't. Because if you didn't want to do that, you didn't have to do it.
You can say, look, I'm not doing that.
You chose to do it because that's what you wanted to do in the first place, which is nature, is a woman wants to be provided for.
It's absolutely free will. But a lot of times.
But see, that's where we're getting at. That example right there shows me that when women try to make it seem like they don't have free will when it doesn't benefit them. But when it does, it was okay for it.
But see, the thing is, people don't understand that's the trade-off. That is, we have to take care of everything.
For a toxic, abusive relationship. So if that comes into fruition,
and we didn't ask to be listen. I get what you're saying, but there's a lot of men out there who provide for women, and the woman is a toxic, talk down to man all the time, and he endures it. You know why he endures it? Because that's the position he put himself in.
but
And
he
he
also has free will and does not have to stay.
No, he doesn't have to stay. But guess what? In America, if a man chooses not to stay with a woman, it doesn't benefit him.
He's penalized for
So
it.
now he's leaving a no. That's what we're talking about. If we get married and then you are toxic to the point where I want to leave, it will benefit you, the toxic person, not me. So vice versa, if a woman wants to leave and I'm toxic and she wants to leave me, it benefits her. It doesn't benefit me.
It's purely stupidity by marrying a toxic person. And I say that because toxicity doesn't just appear after you're married. Sometimes it can get stronger, but there are signs, there are red flags that you choose to put on rose-colored glasses and you don't see a red flag.
I think his point is this: if a woman leaves a man, she wins.
Well, yeah.
If a man leaves a woman, she wins.
And it could be either, and she could be the problem. She could have been cheating on him, just like we watched with Kel Mitchell, and she's the problem. And guess what? She wins.
Don't get me wrong. I think that it's outdated and needs to be adjusted for sure. I also think the rights on parents need to be adjusted. It always is in favor of the mother. I get that.
Why do you think
mother,
that is?
Sometimes their mother is a piece of shit.
Well, no. Why do you think all that is? Why do you think it keeps favoring the woman? You think it's because they're innocent and they're so no, it's because the government understands human nature and they understand giving a woman money, she will fuck it up.
I think the government sees women as weak and can't fend for themselves. And that's
They can't. That's the whole reason they do this. The government is fending for you. That's what this is.
The women can fend for themselves.
Listen. The whole purpose of marriage, right, is to be, for most of the time, is a woman getting provided for. No, I'm telling you, the reason a woman gets married is for protection and to be provided for. Yes. It's not for love.
I've never looked at marriage as, oh, someone is going to provide for me. I've always been an independent person. I've always said I was going to work. I've always said I've worked through children and everything, as long as I am physically able to. I've never looked at, and maybe I'm just different. Maybe I'm one off.
You're not different. You just seen it one way until you see it another way once you're in that position.
I've viewed marriage as that. I've viewed marriage as a team, as a partnership, as a friendship. You do everything together.
That's fine. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be friends with the person.
Also, well, I'm saying doing things together as a team, but also my thing is, I don't think that you guys realize, as a woman and someone providing for you, a lot of times that can really tread on financial abuse to where everything's paid for me. It looks like a luxury, but I can't go to the store and get a bottle of pop without getting questioned and this and that. And that's not right. That's why we do want our own jobs and careers, because we want our own financial freedom. I find it rewarding to be able to pay my own bills and work for what I have. And
okay, and that goes into a whole nother problem, because there are women who work and still won't
provide
in
the household.
That's an issue. That's absolutely an issue.
But see, that's because they've already been bred it in their mind. I don't have to provide for anything. That's where we're going back with society making a certain. Well, yeah, it is entitlement.
And raised up, spoiled, or to believe, and like Butker said, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
We are lied to. I don't think that that's correct. That you should look at it that way.
But
unless it is a discussion and you're like, hey, I make $3 million dollars a year. Your work is your play money. Unless I specifically have that conversation, and for me as a woman, that would have to come from the person who makes more money. Oh, okay. Then I can see that.
I'm gonna be honest. If for a man, if you're not dealing with a woman that is very strong in the church, very strong in belief in God, you are asking for trouble to get married by the state and the government, because she's not going to hold the values of what marriage is.
You got to be careful with that too, though. I married somebody who was in the church, and she was just taught wrong. That's basically.
Well, yeah, but that's where I kind of tie back what I said earlier, as you have to have the same morals, beliefs. You have to have discussions before you get married. You have to be on the same level with a lot of things mentally, or it's not going to work.
Like, I'll give you an example. Like my mother, she was, growing up in the church or whatever. But I do notice this about her and just people in general. People let the Bible and religion fit the narrative they want it to fit. So what I mean is, if a woman could be part of the church, or she could be part of, believing in God and all these different things, the Bible. But as soon as you tell her certain things that doesn't fit her narrative, like respect and obey your husband. Obey means listen to what he tells you to do, direct you, and you fight with that, then you're not truly a follower of God. You're following what you want, and you're throwing away the other things you don't want.
And in my opinion, I saw a video earlier today. It said, if you don't know, ask. So that's something where communication plays heavily on. hey, when you say obey, what do you mean by that? Or vice versa. If I say, oh, I believe that man and woman are one, you would say, what do you mean by that? And so when you ask those questions, you can get down to it. So before you get married, well, I already know what she means by that.
Wait a minute. Where'd you hear that from?
I watched a video today. It wasn't that specifically. I'm putting my own words in it, but basically they said, be quiet. I already know what you're gonna say.
I ain't saying nothing. She knows
You gotta
them.
ask questions. You have
Oh, they said that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the one I always run into, and it's always debate even till this day. Even when I was married, always a man don't work, he don't eat. Basically,
I'm with that.
And basically, we're saying when I always ran into that argument, it was always, well, you have to work because you're the man. I don't have to work. That's always the argument I always ran into, right? But I always quote this one.
When they say man in the Bible, they don't mean man. They mean mankind. They
Yes.
mean man and
Yes.
woman.
But I always quote this one. I don't know if anybody knows the virtuous woman. There's a section in there that says she rises daily and sells her wares. That basically means she gets up and she goes to work.
She find a hustle.
It
might not be.
And every time I quote that, the argument ends right there. They never want to go further than that.
I don't, but again, I just feel like if people were taught wrong, like you said,
Yeah.
I believe the old-fashioned church does want women to succumb and obey their husband and oh, just do what he says and stay at home and take care of the house. I feel like there can be a happy medium. And sometimes
I don't think there's a problem with that.
give too much to women, too much independence, too much knowledge, I guess.
I always use my parents as an example because they found that happy medium. You had when my father didn't have money for whatever, my mother gave it to him. And when my mother didn't have money for whatever, my father gave it to her.
That was how my parents were too. My mom, while we were young, she didn't work. She actually babysat for money. She would babysit kids along the street. And as soon as all of us got to school age, she immediately went to hair school, got her hair license, and she would work evenings. My dad would work during the day. They found a happy medium, and it was like that. They found out how to pay the bills, and mom had cash for if we did sports or anything like that, and dad mostly paid the bills.
And it's unfortunate because some people think the man is supposed to literally pay for every single bill that comes the way, and that's not it. That's not true.
I definitely think it should be a percentage. So, like, if somebody makes double of the other person, calculate it out so it's affordable for both of you. You know, if it's like way unaffordable for the person who's making half as much as you, percentage, but not, oh, you pay all the bills and I got groceries. Like, no.
Yeah, I swear to you, there are people I know who live like that.
I think you have to do what works for
you do.
But you need to, like, okay, if the man comes up, he's like, well, what do you want me to do? If he says, I don't want you to do anything, you say, no, I don't want. You say, okay, well, that's fine. I don't want you to pay any of your bills. Cool. Then you know what you need to do? You need to take it upon yourself because now you have the freedom. He's giving you the freedom to do other things, and you need to find something to bring something to the table. Whether it be like you said, sell your wares, you make something to sell, you do little things like go clean homes, whatever case may be, you do something to bring something to the table. So you're just not a taker. Babe, while you giving me the free time to do this, I'm doing this. So that way now I can get you something, or I can take you out to eat, or whatever case may be, to show you ain't in it by yourself.
But in your definition, is that only financial, or could it be she does take care of it? Because to me,
no,
that's working.
You taking care of the home is your duty already. That's part of your duty.
So
just like taking care,
because him paying for all that is the so that's
his duty is to give shelter. There's certain things that the man's supposed to give. That doesn't mean food and shelter. That doesn't
providing shelter.
No, but what I'm saying is this: a man, he can go if he pays for the mortgage, right? That doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for no electricity. You don't have to pay for nothing. I'm saying what he's willing to pay, whatever he provides is what he can provide. And then if he needs you to help out, he helps out.
It does depend on the relationship, but if you're gonna say your duty is to cook and clean and take care of the house, then okay, let's go back to the 1950s. And what is your duty?
I just said
No.
the man's duty is to give a shelter, to give you a home, all right, and to give you food.
So to pay for the home, to pay for the food.
To give you a home,
to provide the home,
to provide a home. Whether the upkeep of the home, he might say, "Look, I got this, but I need you to give me this." Cool.
Yeah, I'm
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think y'all understand because I watched my father do it for years. It's not just paying for the home, but like the roofing, the maintenance on all this other stuff. A lot goes into it, and a lot of people don't.
It's sometimes even way more costly. Some people are like, "Oh, don't pay rent. You're not paying into your own principal." But sometimes it's way more costly to even own the home. And I understand that there's upkeep, there's fixing, but I don't like that there's like a continuous duty and a stigma over women, but a man just, oh, look, I found his house, but now we both got to take care of it.
No, I didn't say no. It is the man's responsibility. If he asks for help, she's supposed to provide some help.
It's a team.
But I'm never going to say.
But also, if I ask for help, hey, I don't feel good today. Do you think you could do the dishes?
Yeah, he had no problem.
My father did that. I watched my father.
No problem helping.
Or it's Saturday. We both are cleaning. Like it's definitely what is good for the relationship.
Dude, that's how I was raised in the household. Everybody.
I ain't seen my father clean on Saturdays. I saw my mother wake kids up and they cleaning.
I see my father clean.
Your daddy is sleeping from working a double.
My dad did the dishes every single night after dinner. He cleared the table. He did the dishes. He did the cat litter. There's a lot of things that my dad. They were men jobs, taking out the.
Your dad wash the dishes, or he just put them in the dishwasher?
Well, until the dishwasher broke, and then when the dishwasher broke, he would hand wash the dishes.
My dad ain't never washed a dish when I was at home. Guess who washed the dishes? The kids and my mama.
I've seen my.
Now my dad did cook most of the time. I give him that.
There was always a hot meal on the table, but my dad made sure that the table was clear when.
Yeah.
All right.
My parents, they swapped in and out. Whenever was needed, that's what they were.
And that's a good team.
And then
how long were they married?
They've been married for 50 years now.
Successful.
Now, and my point about that is this: every time someone meets my parents, they always goes, "What kept y'all together all these years?" And when they say what they did to stay together, usually the woman's like, "I'm not doing that."
Wow.
You know why? Because your mother was in it for him. Your father was her everything.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I say this: the woman. Not saying your dad didn't like your mother, but if you had to pick, who you think liked who more?
I would say my mother was right at that for my father more.
And that's how
I would say it because
I think it's more successful when the woman is dedicated to this man. Not saying the man ain't dedicated to her, but it can't be the other way around. It can't be where the man dedicated to the woman and she's not that into him.
Because my mother proved to my father, like, okay, I'm in this. So it caused my father, like, you know what? I'm in it too.
And for me, that's the difference of respect. Your mother respected your father, respects your father.
Yeah.
And that's how you show it. If I don't really like you, I don't respect you.
And I've never seen my parents side against each other. When it comes to us kids too, anything outside the household, I've never.
But you know what? Also too, I want you this. Do you think? I ain't gonna say that because there's men who will marry a woman and he don't respect them. But I think I feel like there's more women who would marry a man they don't respect than a man marrying a woman he don't respect.
Marry? No.
I definitely believe there's more women.
If they got money.
I believe there's more women who would marry a man they don't respect. Because let me tell you why. I think that they think they can control him, and they think
that's a weak woman.
There's a lot of weak women out there.
There are.
And then they think even if I can't control him, if I divorce him, I'll win out in the end anyway.
Well, that's just a bad person.
There's a lot of those out there too.
There are.
Now let's get into this last video of the day. It's this woman who pretty much had a man approach her, try to holler at her. So you can see what some, I guess, would be considered attractive women go through in their lives. Let's watch this video. It says the BS females deal with.
He's walking to my car right now. Shit. Hello.
Yo, Mom, what's good, gorgeous? Listen, I don't usually do this, but I just needed to stop you. I need to see what's up with you.
Ain't shit. What's popping? What's good though?
Listen, usually I don't do this, but baby, I see you in this Honda and whatnot, but if you would ride with me, I had you in a GT Bentley coupe. You know what I'm saying? But everybody can see you.
They can see me now.
Well, I'm just saying, baby, I think you're a winner, and I want you to be winning.
I am winning.
If you with me, you definitely gonna be winning.
Oh yeah, and how's that?
I'm a boss.
You're a boss.
So anything that comes with me is gonna be boss life.
Ooh, okay. And what does a boss life look like?
You ain't got no worries, baby. I just want you with me.
All right, so let me give you my Cash App then, and we can start from there.
Cash App?
Yeah, since you want me to win, let me give you my Cash App. Let me see how much you drop in, and then depending on what you send me, I'll give you my telephone number.
Well, listen, baby,
you're a boss. That's what bosses do, right?
I'm looking for marriage, and you looking for a merger.
I'm not looking for a merger. I'm looking for a partnership, but it got to start somewhere. Because right now, what you're doing is you taking my time. So time costs.
Listen,
it's not free. Do you know who I am?
Now that I look at you, yeah, you that radio babe, you that girl from the radio station. Hell, and you in this Honda, girl? Let me upgrade.
What the fuck is
the BS females deal with?
He's walking to my car, right?
So, means I'm gonna say this. First mistake this dude had was he came out the gate trying to tell me I'm gonna upgrade you.
Bentley coupe.
I ain't upgrading
capping.
Well, it's not even about that. Don't come at me trying to hit on me, but degrade me immediately.
I don't know if it's so much degrading.
Riding in this, I could give you better. No, and she was smart. Put your money where your mouth is.
Well, that was his mistake. He led with his wallet. You don't gotta do that with women, dude. If you'll know instantly if she find you attractive, all you gotta do is go up to her, introduce yourself, say how you doing. I saw you from across the street. You know what I mean? Very beautiful. Give her a compliment.
All you gotta say is I want to take her.
And say, look, is any? I don't want to hold up anything you doing, but is there any way I could get your contact so I could maybe talk to you some more? Maybe we go out sometime. That's it. She gonna look you up and down, regardless of what you got in your pocket, what you driving, and she gonna determine right off there, Rip, is you somebody she want to bother herself with.
To be honest, he don't have enough confidence in himself if he came out like that, because if you thought you were something, you wouldn't have needed to do all that.
I tell everybody that when you lead with money, you're a trick. When you lead with your car, it's a difference if you just pull up in a nice whip and you just talking.
You ever heard of the show 90 Day Fiance?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's a couple where he was bugging her for months and she never responded. And all of a sudden he said, "Oh, I'll buy you this, I'll give you this, I'll give you that."
Oh, she responded quick.
She answered immediately. They got into a relationship. He's giving her money. She comes over here, and she wants the best of everything. She wanted I think her wedding dress, the one that she wanted was $40,000.
I think I did see that one. He's like, I can't afford that.
Like, I can't afford that. And she was mad, and I was like, she's such a brat. But then I go and I see what's the thing at the end of the season, the
recap,
the reunion.
At the reunion, she said, "You promised me these. The first thing that you said to me was money. If you didn't follow through with what you're saying, I don't want to be with you." And he was like, "Well, so all you want me for is money?" She's like, "You promised me these things." So I can kind of see where she's coming from. Like, you made these promises, and now, so what, you just said to get me, and now you just don't want to give me what you said you'd give me?
Yeah.
So I get it. Although I'm not that type of woman, and I would never even look twice at a kind of man like that. But it's like, you got to make promises you can keep, especially in the beginning.
I mean, you kind of out there.
I'm sorry.
You dozed off or something?
I done lean back when I was watching the
video. You'd
Yeah.
be leaning. Yeah, I mean, what do you gotta say, Beans?
That whole show, I used to love that show, but that whole show is basically dudes dropping money on a lot of these chicks.
You don't gotta drop money on women.
that's-
Women don't. I'm gonna tell you the real truth. A real woman, even though money can impress somebody, you doing things with money can impress people. A real woman ain't impressed by money.
No, buy me a Dr. Pepper and I'm good. I don't need anything crazy, and I don't even need a lot of the right kind of woman. It's the thought that counts. You could do something free, and she's like, "Wow, you put so much thought into that." And that's where women are. Ooh, what are they going to get me? Ooh, what can he buy me? It's not right.
I really think it's a generational thing. What these girls nowadays, it's all about.
But can you blame them though? They pretty much have been told, "Hey, get your money, girl. Don't forget him. He ain't worth nothing but some money." And so, of course, they're gonna grow up thinking that.
And not for nothing, a lot of people right now are doing the OF, right? Oh, if I could sell this pic, if I could sell this video, da 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 da. So they make it look like it's easy, where
it is easy though. You got to realize for women, it's easy to get money from men because there's I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's a lot of men out there who have serious money. $300, $3,000, $30,000 is nothing to some men. And I want you to know. So when these women I put feet pics out there and I got $300 for them. They start to have an inflated mindset of who they are and what they provide. And the reality is they provide nothing but somebody to jack off in a towel. That's what they provide to us. Now, men, they got the bank account, but once again,
well, if it's pennies to them, they still don't respect these women.
No, but I'm saying women who make money selling their bodies and their selves get belief that because they have money, because they can buy material things, they have a higher status than a man who can't buy those things. But they really don't have any status to majority of men because you're a whore and you don't bring any real value to the marketplace of life as a woman.
But I do want to highlight though that stuff like that isn't as easy as some women do make it seem. You can't make $1 million in a month. Every single person.
I didn't say every single person. 100% of women can go on OnlyFans and make money. 100%. 100% of men cannot go on OnlyFans and make money. Just selling pictures.
No, you're right.
Okay, you could be the ugliest.
Women are beautiful. Women's
No. That's not that lie. You could be the ugliest woman in the world, and because you're a woman, you can make. There are some man out there with that fetish that will pay you to take your clothes off. That's just what it is. We are that. There are so many men that are deprived of the sexual urge to or need to get their nut off or feel important or whatever. That's what it is. That they're willing to give money towards that. And not for nothing, a lot of men, and I've been reading this book about habits, there's a reason men are addicted to porn. Men are addicted to porn because it gives you instant endorphin fix without the troubles of having to please a woman. And what I mean, and I'm not even talking about physical pleasing, like sexually. I'm talking about getting a woman comfortable enough to even want to do anything.
Yeah,
that gets tiring.
It's a process.
It's a process that a lot of humans in general are not willing to do.
It can be a task.
It is a task.
It is.
And take it for men from men. It is going on dates with women and having to listen to their conversations about things that you don't really care about, just to get to.
Some men care. Thank you.
You're so pretty. You're pretty.
I know.
Some men do care, but not all the conversations y'all have we care about.
No, not all the conversations you guys have either. I've sat there and listened to car guys talk about cars and sports. We don't care either. We pretend that you're funny.
All right. Well, anything else y'all want to talk about before we get out of here?
No, I think we've covered pretty much.
All right, y'all. This episode was sponsored by Caring Cleaning. And if you want to go check her out, if you need any decluttering, any basements, garages, homes, rooms, bathrooms, go ahead. I'm not going to speak on it. You speak on it.
All cleaning, regular cleaning, deep cleaning, decluttering, organizing, all that.
Yeah, pretty much. If your shit looks bad and you need it fixed, call Karen's Cleaning. Yeah, I'm saying always. All right. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Oh, y'all have a good weekend.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. What you guys say?
I already know you're gonna do it. So
I'm not doing anything. I was going to see it. You always
have a
think.
good weekend, everybody.
See, I'm not even going to do it this time.
Nigga! That's got to be racist.
Daddy?